This is Miss Motivator live on day 4 at the Glenn Armstrong Property Investment course. And we have Richard Rich here, him himself, Richard. How are you doing, Richard?
Very well, thank you. Yes, enjoying it very much.
Fantastic. So, what brought you here?
I've been coming to Glenn's for a while now, for about 8 months, and I've learned a lot from it. And so, although it's about 3 hours to get here from where I live, I make an effort to get here as much as I can.
Right. So, your expectations before you turned up were?
Very, very low.
Really?
Yes, it's quite a story. I got a sort of, I'm not quite sure what you'd call it, but basically I got a free course because I'm probably the second most property expert, property guru person on the internet. The second most, not quite the number one most, but the second most. And so I was given a free course on the basis of a challenge, really. What did I think of the course? If I didn't like it, I could say it was a load of rubbish. I was quite welcome to do that. If I didn't like the course, if I did like the course, I didn't have to say anything. I could keep it quiet. But actually, I've really benefited from this, and it's moved my property business to the next level. Wow. So I've completely changed my mind, 180 degrees, on Glenn Armstrong and on property gurus in general. I mean, not all of them. There are some rubbish gurus around, but the best people are really actually worth spending money on. I know if I'd spent the money, I'd have got the money back several times over by now.
Well, I've got to say, because I've spent the last few days with you, haven't we, Richard? In a group, by the way.
Yeah.
And you're a no-nonsense type of person. You know, you don't like the fluff and the fanciness. You just get straight to the meaty bits of information, and you are quite happy with the information that you're getting. What about day 4? How's day 4 differ from day 1?
Well, I wasn't actually here for day 1 and day 2, I did that several months ago, day 1 and day 2. But yeah, it's just different content. It's all very, very dense. It's high information. It's high value content. It's not a lot of fluff. It's not a lot of dancing around, motivational stuff, punching there and all that kind. I'm not into all that sort of high-fivey stuff.
So you won't be coming to one of mine then?
Is that what yours are like? Probably not, no. Doesn't do
Right.
Because I'm already quite motivated. I'm already pretty motivated. I think if I don't need motivating because I'm already there with the motivation, but it's the knowledge. And I already had quite a bit of property knowledge before I came to these, but they were just a case of putting the last few bits in the jigsaw, making it all fit together and work. And I couldn't understand why. I seem to know a lot more about property than a lot of other people that know less, but were making more money. Now what's going on? So Glenn's just helped me put the last few bits in the jigsaw and make it work, and that's what's happening this year.
Fantastic. And just before we go, advice for somebody who's thinking about coming on to the next course with Glenn?
I would say if you're not the kind of person who's fairly self-motivated, then probably don't